Hello, hello, everybody. Doing a sound check. Awesome. Thank you guys for your patience. I know that we're starting a little bit later today. I'm having some technical difficulties. Hopefully, you're watching me in Impasse Awakening. Um, I had to have my wife share it today because Facebook is not letting me share, which is so weird. But thank you guys for being here today and thank you for your patience. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday with Sara Mae. I am your host, Sara Mae. I am an energy healer, life coach, and the founder and instructor of Empowered Empath Academy. It is my goal to help as many souls as possible to awaken to their authentic selves so they can live lives based in unconditional love and filled with lasting happiness. As part of this goal, I come live once a week and I share some of my wisdom with you all. These are done live in Impasse Awakening and on my Facebook page, and the replays are posted on YouTube. So if you or anybody you know needs to catch up with these, you can find the replays in Impasse Awakening or on the Healing with Sara Mae YouTube page. Thank you all so much for being here today. As you may know, it is self-love summer. We are currently 12 days into self-love summer. This is where we devote our summer, all 90 days of our summer, to loving on ourselves and loving ourselves better. So many people are worried about having a bikini body for summer, having that perfect beach body for summer. I'm more worried about self-love and self-care. That is where I choose to place my energy, is in making sure that I am taking the best care of myself that I can and loving myself to the best of my ability all summer long. So that is what we're working on. That is what we're working on together. Throw some hearts up if you've been participating in self-love summer and working on loving yourself. One of my favorite quotes about love is a Rumi quote. And it is, your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers within yourself that you have built against it. Unconditional love is our natural state of being. It is our base vibration when we are born, when we come into this world. That is why we love babies so much. That's why babies seem to have a glow and a light to them that can just really light us up too. And that is because they are in that frequency of unconditional love, because this is our base state. This is what we are brought into this world with our energetic state at, is unconditional love. So it's not your job to learn to look for love within yourself. It's your job to remove all the barriers that are keeping you between you and love. And it's so interesting that this is our subject today, because last night I had a dream, and in my dream I was getting to the people that I loved, but there were all these barriers in my way. It was like clutter blocking the door, so I could get to them, and I was working on clearing that clutter. And that's really what we're doing energetically when we're working on loving ourselves and loving each other. Today, during Wisdom Wednesday, we are going to talk about 3 powerful shifts that we can make to get ourselves into that loving space at all times. As we know, as human beings, we are all over the spectrum of consciousness at all times. We might feel different things. That's perfectly normal. We're here for a human experience where we are experiencing all the things that are meant to be human. So we are meant to experience each one of those themes of consciousness, but we do have a home base. And our goal, my goal for you, is for your home base to be unconditional love, for you always to return to the unconditional love that the universe has for you to have that unconditional love for yourself, and in extension, also learn to have that for others. So today we're going to talk about 3 powerful things that we can do to really shift into that self-loving energy and work on our self-love. The very first thing that I would love so much for you to do, the very first thing that I encourage you so much to do, especially work on during this self-love summer, is forgiving yourself. Forgive yourself. It can be so hard to do. I don't know about you, but I personally have been one of my toughest critics my entire life. I've spent so much time beating myself up with what ifs and what if I had done it this way? What if I had done it that way? I can't believe I did this, said this, thought this, whatever it was. There are so much time that I have wasted beating up on myself for something. And learning to forgive myself is one of the most powerful things that I have ever done. And I would encourage you to forgive yourself as well. One of my favorite quotes when it comes to forgiving yourself is a Maya Angelou quote, and that is, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Usually when we are in a state of unforgiveness to ourselves, we are mad at ourselves for something that we didn't know better than in the moment. When we are doing things because we feel that they are what's best for us in some way, shape, or form. Even if we know that it could be harmful, we do that feeling that we're going to protect ourselves. We do that with a sense of survival. A lot of us did a lot of things when we were in a state of survival, when we were just surviving, just trying to get by. And surviving doesn't just mean life-threatening situations. I know that that's what so many of us think. It's like, oh, well, what were you surviving from, but surviving is more than just, not falling off a cliff. When you're a child, surviving is getting along with your tribe. So surviving is being part of the group. Surviving is being loved and being cherished. And when we don't just automatically receive that, when we get the feeling or we notice that we're in an environment in which we are expected to earn that, we will do all kinds of things to be accepted, to feel that love, to make sure that we are in the inner circle and not the outer circle. From a very young age, we learn how to pick up on the social cues, the emotional cues of our caregivers, and especially those who identify as empaths. If you're in the Empath Awakening group, I assume that you do. Empaths are very, very good at picking up on each and every little clue of behavior of those around them, and they react in that way because it is easier for them to try to control or manipulate their environment than it is for them to control the feelings within themselves. So we're often doing our best, but as we grow more, we learn better. And then often when we learn better, we're upset at ourselves for the time and the period of time that we didn't know better. Forgive yourself for that time. The fact that you know better now, the fact that you have that feeling of regret for your behaviors or your actions or whatever it was that you're having such a hard time forgiving yourself for, the fact that you know better now should tell you that you have learned your lesson. And the way that you prove that to yourself is by moving forward differently. There is no point in spending energy on beating yourself up when you've already taken the steps to move forward in a different manner. Does that make sense? Throw some hearts up if you're understanding what I'm saying. So holding this unforgiveness to yourself is one of the most toxic things that we can do, not only for our soul, but for our bodies, like for us on every level. It affects us on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level when we beat up on ourselves in such a way. So the first thing that I would love you to do this summer is really work on forgiving yourself. One of my very favorite affirmations, and next month we're going to be doing the mirror work. We're going to be doing that for the month of July. We'll do 30 days of mirror work. I will be giving you guys all of the wonderful mirror work quotes to work with. But here are some mirror work quotes that you can start working with now. This is my very favorite one, and you can use it for yourself. I always recommend starting with yourself and then moving on to other people in your life. This can be a very, very powerful, powerful information affirmation. And it is, I love myself. I forgive myself. I accept myself. Take a moment now and try saying that and tell me how it feels. Close your eyes. Maybe put your hands over your heart. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth if you're able. And repeat after me. I love myself. I forgive myself. I accept myself. I love myself. I forgive myself. I accept myself. I love myself. I forgive myself. I accept myself. And so it is. How did that feel? How did that feel when you say it? How did it feel inside? If that was difficult for you, if you started to tear up, please know that you're not alone. There are so many people who don't say this to themselves on a regular basis. But you can work on that over time. The more you work on loving yourself, the more you work on your forgiving yourself and accepting yourself, the easier it will be to say these things to yourself. So step one, let's forgive ourselves. And we could do that by actively forgiving ourselves, using this affirmation and possibly using it in the mirror each and every day. Number two, the second shift I want you to make is choose to love you for you. And this is kind of in the affirmation, I accept myself, right? But choose to love you for you. We touched on this last week, the idea of radical self-acceptance, loving yourself exactly where you are right now, exactly where you are right now. I know that we all have goals for the future. That is amazing, but you have done so much already. Yes, you're going to do more in the future. Yes, I hope that you have goals and you have goals for the week and month and 5 years and a year. Absolutely. We want to know where we want to go. We want to have goals. We want to be moving towards that future self, but we do not want to discount ourselves, where we are, who we are in the moment. Yes, there's always room for improvement. There's always room to learn and expand and grow. That's what we came here to do. We came here to learn and expand and grow as much as possible, but we aren't always going to be doing that. We aren't always going to be in that future self. We're in our present self. So when we're focusing on that future self, we're not necessarily appreciating our present self. So I would like to encourage you to love you for you exactly where you are, exactly how you are right now. Right now, that I love myself, I forgive myself, I accept myself. Accepting yourself exactly as you are is one of the most powerful shifts that you can take towards self-love. Of course, we have an affirmation go with this. I love and accept myself exactly as I am right now. And if that is hard for you, because like I said, maybe you have some things that you're forgiving yourself for, maybe you have some regrets, I really encourage you to look back at how far that you've come. In the decades that you have been on this earth, you have made growth and improvement. You have worked on yourself and changed as a person. And I know that without even knowing who's right in front of me, because you are watching this video. You have invested the last 20 minutes into figuring out how you can love yourself more, into working on removing those blocks to self-love. And the fact that you got yourself into a self-help space at all lets me know that you have made progress, that there is room to be proud, and there is plenty of growth and expansion to be proud of and to accept and to love. Even without all that expansion, even without all that growth that I know that you've done, even without that, you as a human being, as a soul born onto this planet, are worthy of love exactly as you are. And not just love, unconditional love. And this is what we're seeking. I said it in the beginning. My goal is to help you step into your authentic self so you can live a life based in unconditional love and filled with lasting happiness. And that step is unconditional love. Love yourself unconditionally. Accept yourself exactly as you are. Let go of the heavy baggage from the past. Forgive yourself. Accept yourself as you are in this moment. And that is going to remove so many blocks to that love that is within you. Third, I want you to focus on gratitude. Focus on gratitude. There is nothing more healing than an attitude of gratitude. Focusing on gratitude can be life shifting. You have heard me talk about it over and over and over again. I'm sure if you've been following me, talking about the power of gratitude. And it really is one of the most powerful things that we can do. What we focus on is what will be brought into our lives. Where our attention goes, energy flows. When we are focusing on the things that we want to be grateful on, we will bring into our awareness and into our lives more things to be grateful for. And when we are doing this clearing process, it is extremely important that we don't forget this gratitude step. If you do the first steps, you've forgiven yourself, you're working on loving yourself, that's amazing, right? You're loving yourself where you are, you're forgiving yourself, you're removing that clutter, you're removing that junk. But just like an end table at your house that you clear off, things tend to accumulate where space is. So we create this space. We also want to fill up this space. What do we want to fill up this space that we're clearing out with? We want to fill it up with love. We want to fill it up with gratitude. We want to fill it up with the highest vibration that we possibly can. Focusing on gratitude is a powerful, powerful way to do this. One of my favorite gratitude practices I do as soon as I wake up, and it only takes me about 15 seconds. And when I wake up, before I even open my eyes, I start to think of things that I am grateful for. I'm so grateful that I'm waking up another day to be here on this planet with my loved ones is amazing. I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful for the amazing day I have ahead of me. I'm so grateful for the amazing day I had yesterday. I'm so grateful for my family. I'm so grateful for my home. There's so many things that you could be grateful for. Think about at least 5 things that you are grateful for before your feet hit the floor. When you wake up in the morning and when you're going to sleep at night, it's also very powerful to count your blessings at night. And as you're falling asleep, when you are waking up, when you are falling asleep, you are in a semi-hypnotic state. This is called the hypnagogic state. And during this state is when you are most susceptible to programming. So if you want to reprogram yourself for gratitude, spending this time in the morning, like I said, maybe spending it some time at night as you're falling asleep, listing off the things that you're grateful for, really programs your subconscious for that focus on gratitude to help you move forward. In the light of self-love summer, of course, I got another affirmation for you, and this goes along with everything. This goes with forgiveness. This goes with the radical self-acceptance. And now here we go with gratitude. We're tying them all 3 together with this affirmation, which is, I love and appreciate all versions of myself, past and future. And you know what? You could even put past, present, and future in here, honestly. I love and appreciate all versions of myself, past, present, and future. Try saying that with me now. Close your eyes or look in a mirror, look in a video, do what is convenient for you and say, I love and appreciate all versions of myself, past, present, and future. Really working on that love on each and every level is going to help bring it through. And like I said, this can be difficult at first, but eventually it becomes easier and easier and it lights you up. I don't know if you can see me very well in the little corner of your screen, but when I do these affirmations, I light up and I turn red, I glow, like it really fills me up with energy and positivity when I do that. And that wasn't always the case. If you go back into my TikTok feed, you can see me doing affirmations, crying in the mirror. This wasn't always easy for me, but I eventually did get into that vibration slowly but surely, one little block removal at a time, to where I can say these things, I can mean them, and they fill me up with love. Checking the comments real quick. I saw some Facebook notifications pop up. The technical difficulties, is a little difficult to see what's going on. I see some hellos. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Juniper. Okay, awesome. I love that you guys are all here. Thank you. I'm so grateful that you guys are here. You guys really light me up as well. So just one more. I know I gave you lots of affirmations. I want you guys to have so many affirmations in your head that they go through your head as much as those judgmental thoughts go through your head. If you're anything like me or like old me, then you have judgments going through your head all the day. Why'd you do that? Why'd you say that? Why'd you pick that to wear? What are they thinking about this? There's all kinds of negative thoughts going on. I swear I could think 100 thoughts at the same time, and sometimes 80 of them are bad, So learning as many affirmations, learning as many of these positive statements for you to repeat to yourself over and over again to replace those thoughts is super powerful. So I couldn't resist telling you at least just one more. And this one is super powerful as well. Yes, I will put all of these on the Facebook page and in the comments so you can get these. And again, July, we're going to be doing our mirror work, so you can do it with me live on. You can do it with me with the videos, and we can do it together. But this one is, I am willing to let go of self-judgment. I am worthy of unconditional love. I am perfect just the way I am. I'm willing to let go of self-judgment, right? That's the forgiveness part. This is us doing all the steps that we talked about today. I'm willing to let go of self-judgment. I'm forgiving myself. I'm going to stop judging myself. I'm worthy of unconditional love. We are affirming that we deserve unconditional love. And I am perfect just the way I am. That's that radical self-acceptance, accepting that where we are in this moment is absolutely perfect. Even if we know that in 5 weeks, we're going to be even more perfect. And in 5 years, we're going to be even more perfect than that. We are perfect as we are just now. For those of us who are parents or have watched children that we love grow up, you know that child is always perfect. They're perfect when they're a baby. They're perfect when they're a toddler. They're perfect when they're a big kid. They're perfect when they're a preteen and a teenager. You notice that with every stage of life, even though you know they're going to grow, even though you know that the version of them that is in front of you is not the final version, we still love them and we appreciate every single bit of their growing up. And I want you to love yourself that way too. I want you to love yourself like you would a child. Love yourself like you should have been loved as a child. Like hopefully someone loved you as a child. And if no one did, love yourself that way now, because it starts with you. So here's the affirmation one more time. Say it with me. I'm willing to let go of self-judgment. I am worthy of unconditional love. I am perfect just the way I am. And so it is. So which of these are you going to try? Hopefully you'll be doing all three, but usually one of them really sticks out as the one that you need to focus on. So we started with forgiving ourselves for anything that anything that we are judging ourselves for that's preventing us from moving forward, we're going to let that go. We're going to forgive ourselves. We're going to know that is old us. We have moved on. We're going to let it go with love, right? So the first step is forgiveness. The second step is self-love, loving yourself exactly as you are, that radical self-acceptance, loving yourself in the moment and not beating yourself up for not being future you yet, right? Have you ever met a 5-year-old? My 7-year-old grandson tells me all the time, I'm almost a teenager, Grandma. That's what he tells me. I'm almost a teenager. No, you're not. You're 7 and you're perfect, right? And you are not the completed version of yourself. I am 43. I'm not my 65-year-old self. I'm not going to have 65-year-old accomplishments, but I've done a lot in my 43 years, and I have a lot to be proud of me in the moment. So we're going to start with forgiving ourselves in the past, letting that go, knowing we did the best that we could, and we continue to do the best that we can, loving ourselves exactly where we are in this moment, and expressing gratitude for ourselves and everything in our lives to really fill ourselves up with that high vibe positivity, as opposed to carrying around that heavy baggage that we just don't need anymore. We just don't need it anymore. It doesn't help us move forward in life. It doesn't help us as people. So which of these do you need to focus on? Let me know in the comments below. That is our session for today. If you want to go deeper with these lessons, I would love to invite you into Ascension Circle. This is my membership community where we have classes each and every month. We also have a huge library filled with courses, meditations, and tools to guide you on your ascension journey. No matter where you are on your ascension journey, there are tools in there that will help you from very beginning novice. I don't know how to meditate to advanced and really working with your guides and really doing that deep shadow work. We do it all. And if you feel called, I'd love to have you with us. You can find the membership inside my link tree. You can message me about it. It is only $47 a month. And you can come and go as you please. There's no obligation to stay. You don't sign up for a period of time longer than that month. Whatever works for you. If you feel called, we would love to have you. Couple more things. It is the summer solstice next week. Next week, summer begins. So if you have the 4-pack, if you got the 4 Seasons 4-pack, now is the time to book your summer session if you have not done that already. I know we have some people on here that have 4-packs. I want to remind you of that if you have not already booked. So it is a great time to get your seasonal healing and clearing. And it is also an amazing time to get a 6-month read to see what the rest of the year is going to look like. I've had a couple of my regular clients ask me for this already. I've already done a couple, and I've decided to make it an offering for everybody in Empath Awakening, everybody who watches these sessions that we do. Summer Solstice Special. This is a 6-month read, only $44. This is an email read. You can sign up for it on my website, www.healingwithsaramae.com, under limited time specials. You will receive within 72 hours an email report letting you know your 6-month read. You're going to get a card, a theme for each and every month, and you'll be able to see a pattern how the rest of your year is on course to go as of now. This is really, really helpful to let you know that you're on your path as you're on your path, and give you a heads up and hope for the future moving forward. People really, really love these readings. I love to do them for myself. I'm a big fan of 12-month and 6-month readings. So yes, we do have this available through the end of the month, only $44. You're going to want to get in on that for sure. And last but certainly not least, I now have 2 spaces available for one-on-one coaching with me. If you really want to work on getting those blocks out, if you're like, you know what, Sarah, I'm doing the shadow work. I'm not sure I'm doing it right. I could really use some guidance. I invite you into my container to work 6 months with me one-on-one. We do 3 sessions a month. We get together. We see where you are. We clear what we can together, and we make a plan for going forward. It is the most intimate and closest way that you can work with me. And it is really a quantum leap on your healing journey when you do this. So if you are interested in working one-on-one with me, please reach out. I would love to talk to you. We can do a breakout session, and we can make sure that it's a good fit. You could also book a breakthrough session on my website, again, www.healingwithsaramae.com, where we can discuss the best way for us to work together if working with me one-on-one is something that you have felt called to. And last announcement, this really is the last announcement. This Friday, we are doing our virtual group Reiki session. So you just heard me talking about how this is a great time of year to get that summer clean out energetically. I am offering a absolutely free Reiki session this Friday, June 14th at 7 p.m. CST. You do need to register for it. When you register for it, you are in the inner circle. You are in the group that I am focusing on when I do this healing. Whether you attend live or watch the replay, just getting you on the list puts you in that circle energetically. Each of these sessions are different because I focus on the circle that I'm doing the healing for. So I call in the collective energy of everybody who is registered, everyone who's going to be there live, everyone who's going to be there on the replay, everybody who is there in spirit is going to receive this healing. And then we hop on Zoom live, and I will walk you through a full Reiki healing, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual levels. We're clearing out and balancing each and every one of your chakras and whatever else comes up. It's really amazing the things that comes up. I've gotten a lot of amazing feedback with this. If you or anybody you know feels called to this, if you feel like you know someone that could benefit from this, please share this event with them. It is my goal to share this Reiki healing energy with as many people as possible. So please help by doing your part to spread the light and letting other people know that they can attend this event for free. Sometimes I do charge $11 minimum donation for it, just to help with the admin and backup of everything of that. But I do offer a free one several times a year, and I hope that you attend as many as you feel called to. Thank you all so much for being here today. That is the entirety of Wisdom Wednesday for today. Please remember to forgive, love, and be grateful for yourself. I am so very, very grateful for you right now. When you do this work, you raise your vibration. And when you raise your vibration, you don't only raise your vibration, you raise the vibration of the entire planet as a whole. And it is my opinion that this is the most sacred work that any of us can do. Thank you so, so much for doing this work. With that said, the light in me bows to the light in you. And so I say, namaste. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week.